All right. Ready. The Commissioners Court of Brazos County will meet regular session on November the 19th, 2024, 10 a.m. The Commissioners Courtroom, the County Administration Building, 200 South Texas Avenue, Suite 106. First item on the agenda is invocation pledge of allegiance to the U.S. and Texas flag, and Commissioner Conlon will lead those.
Lord, I want to thank you that there are men and women that stand in the breach to defend us each day. Thank you for our first responders, our law enforcement. Thank you, Lord, also for those that serve this nation's flag. Today I ask your special peace be on the hearts of all those who suffered such a loss with the bonfire tragedy 25 years ago. Bless especially those that are still wounded today, and for all the departed. And Lord, bless us that we might come closer to you, so that we might be closer to each other in you, in all that we think and say and do. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Commissioner. Second item on the agenda is call for citizens' input and/or concerns. We have a few. Victoria Salin.
Good morning. I'm Victoria Salin here as a private individual. Good morning. I'm Victoria Salin here as a private individual. I'd like to comment on the importance of elections and my strong support for the elections office. In the past 2 election cycles, I've served as a volunteer deputy registrar, and in that regard, I work with the elections office. That staff is very professional. The leadership of Ms. Trudy Hancock, I think, is exceptional and good quality, and I commend you as a commission for supporting her and her work. And whatever we do going forward, it's very important to have professionals in that staff. It's also very important, in my opinion, to continue to make voting as accessible as we can, keeping the voting center method rather than splitting elections into restricting citizens to vote only in their particular voting precinct. So I would like to support the current system of voting centers, and also to be sure that going forward, our staff remains as professional as we can, and thank you for continuing to support the county elections office. I think it's a good quality system. We need that in order for Texas and the United States to continue as a strong democracy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for your service as a deputy registrar.
Yes.
Cindy Wiley.
Good morning. October 2023. Judge Brandon Gaines and I stood in this room and talked about trying to curb the people's lack of confidence in these electronic voting machines. The judge suggested adding 3 more audits, chosen locally, not through the SOS. We all agreed, and Judge said he would talk to Trudy. Please look at this graph. In 2012, 2016, and 2024, the Democrat voters hovered around 65 million. Yet in 2020, 15 million more Democrats voted that failed to vote in the prior 2 presidential elections. Then in 2024, Democrat voters fit back into the norm of around 65 million, and somehow 10 million voters stayed home and did not vote in November. What reason can be given for that anomaly? Fast forward to today. It's like we're in grade school. Elected versus citizens. On one side, name labeling. The other side, no name labeling, just showing up and speaking about the processes and machines. Look at us. We are intelligent, productive citizens, professionals, homeowners, taxpayers, non-felons, retired business owners, mothers, fathers, contributors to society, volunteers, Meals on Wheel, CASA, city groups, church attendees, and elections. What are we guilty of? Advocating for a return to a transparent, auditable, verifiable way to exercise our sacred right to choose our representatives by way of our vote. This binder, represents the facts and evidence we have presented to support our concerns. I invite anyone who wants to look at it, please feel free to do so. We are not hiding any information. It is in plain sight. To my knowledge, no one in our group has accused our election administrator or her staff of flipping votes. We have talked about the process of voting. We have talked about the machinery used in voting. We have been accused of orchestrating a relentless campaign of barragement based on what? What? Bringing facts, evidence, and multiple requests for our voter rolls to be cleaned up to our representatives. This is not about a donkey or an elephant. This is about countywide voting and the use of electronic voting machines, a black box that we surrender our ballots to. The distrust that millions feel about that black box accurately counting our votes the way we marked our choices. Our founding fathers gave us a duty and a right to protect 3 boxes: the jury box, the cartridge box, and the ballot box. That is our motivation. I ask each one of you to grade yourself on how well you have listened and responded to this group of concerned citizens. You are the governing body that is responsible for how we vote in this county. We are not out of line in bringing our concerns to you. I hope that we can sit down and have a productive conversation about this information that we have shared. The unavoidable groundswell that is happening across this nation and state, whereas we, the people, want to take back control of our future. Thank you.
Thank you. John Book.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. I want to come this morning for this Commissioners Court to ask, again, for public comment for others to show up in regards to Precinct 2 and the Inner Loop East study and the MPO 2050 concept. My concern is misinformation or miscommunication of information at the public meeting 2 weeks ago, Thursday before last, and specifically what we approved in the bond election in 2022, what we are going forward with, and how we're going forward with the study. There are a lot of concerned citizens out in rural Precinct 2. This is not a Bryan College Station alone issue. This is also rural Brazos County. I'm not against growth. I'm not against having something in my backyard. But at what cost? And at what communication? And what consistency of that servant leadership from y'all as a Commissioner's Court and as a county are we doing? This is not us against them, city against rural. It is absolutely clear there is not mixed results from that study. It is a groundswell of concern, if not outright opposition. And I'm not coming here to speak opposition or to stand in the way because I'm just one citizen. But as a county, I appreciate the study being done to get ahead of other decisions that are not from an elected body. That itself is servant leadership on the whole. But it requires us as a county to have that conversation, to have it out in public and in a vocal way, more than just on a website or as a come and go event, however convenient it might be at 4:30 to 6:30 tonight for an MPO public meeting, which is not this body. But it's absolutely critical. This has been on the books since 2017. There are lines on a page that are now spaghetti plots of going through people's homes, regardless of the development necessary. I had 5 red lights coming between here and campus today as a private citizen. East-west issues are what have you. We're stuck on medians in this town. In reality, there are bigger issues than medians, and there are bigger issues to those out in Precinct 2, out in rural Brazos County, regardless of precinct, that is not being heard in the cities, whether it be waste treatment plants for the city of Bryan or sewer lines between city of College Station, city of Bryan. We are one county, we are one unit as a whole, and we have to be convinced that it is for the good of everyone, whether it goes through my backyard or in the neighbor's backyard or Stone Creek Farms or through the development. that the city of Bryan is annexing, which I was told that evening they didn't know about. That turns out to not be true because there was a lack of clarity from those staff members. But those staff members were representing the county. And those staff members are contracted by the county. And they have a duty to provide clear information. And I tried to come in last Tuesday to provide that. And I've tried to be patient in that. And I think we have results that come through 5, 10, 20 years down the line. I'm not asking for a delay like that. I'm asking for pause. I'm asking for thoughtful consideration. And I'm asking for your servant leadership as a county commissioner's court. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Keith King.
Morning.
Morning.
Election integrity. Citizens in this county have been called by this court harassers or hasslers, regulars, the trouble group. This court is agreeing with Trudy that all is okay. Media is talking about challengers to elections. The media needs to interview citizens and volunteers and get the other side of the story. I ask for better than this. In January, there will be new commissioners. In 2 years, there may be more changes. Election integrity is not going away after the recent election. It continues up to the next election. I want Brazos to be the best in Texas, and for the state and the country to know how good we're doing. We have not asked for too much or anything unreasonable. Many citizens have volunteered, that some here today, and continue their time and efforts towards the goals set, including a doctor and a professor. The doctor being an acknowledged election integrity specialist known around the country. My experience in the recent election was a voter behind me in line did not have a government-issued ID and voted. Most of Kamala's votes from where they were from where voter ID was not required. That's a proven fact. You can look at the map, you can look at the graph. In the last few years, election integrity has made incredible gains in all 50 states, but can and will get better. And cleaning voter rolls and no electronic machines or scanners is the way to go. Better training for election workers would help, and allowing trained hand counters. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mark Holtzap.
Howdy, I'm Mark Holtzapfel. I'm a professor of chemical engineering, but today I'm speaking as a private citizen. On Friday, I became famous, not for inventing a process that converts biomass, such as garbage, into jet fuel, not for creating a spin-off company that employs 50 people in Bryan, Texas, not for inventing an engine that would allow cars to get 100 miles per gallon. No, I am now famous because I speak at the Commissioner's Court. The Texas Tribune has written an article about me and my friends who speak on election integrity. We have been labeled as right-wing skeptics. The narrative of the article follows. Our election officials are dedicated civil servants who have been working for many years to run elections in Brazos County. I agree. The elections in Brazos County run smoothly, allowing thousands of voters to vote efficiently. I agree. Everything was going fine until these right-wing skeptics came along. I don't agree. Example 1. Prior to our involvement, the county was using ballots that were not sequentially numbered. which is required by the law. That has been fixed. However, the article voices complaints from our election officials that it costs $14,000 to do so. Example number 2. Upon inspection, the right-wing skeptics found obituaries indicating that dead people are on the voter rolls. Rather than thanking the right-wing skeptics for identifying this problem, they were informed that because they do not have firsthand knowledge about the death, nothing can be done. Example number 3. Upon inspection, the right-wing skeptics found the following anomalies in the 2020 cast vote record. It was dated 2025. There were an unusually large number of undervotes for president. There are 3 conflicting reports on the number of undervotes: 285, 537, and 2,567. Pages are missing from the cast vote record. Example number 4. Upon inspection, it was found that the voting machines are capable of being hardwired to the internet, which violates state law. Example number 5. Upon inspection, it was found that the county has no written contingency plan for disruptions in voting infrastructure, which is required by state law. Example number 6. Upon inspection, it was found that the countywide voting makes it difficult to perform post-election audits. Example 7. Upon inspection, it was found that the ballot boxes have numerous hinges that allow them to be collapsed, but what this means is that you can actually get inside the ballot box even though it's locked. These problems and more have been described in a press release that we've created to counter the Texas Tribune. This has been provided to our esteemed judges. The press release also describes our proposed solutions to these above problems. For pointing out these problems, the right-wing skeptics have been labeled as hasslers. That is not our intent. We would prefer to be called partners. Our goal is to help elevate election security in Brazos County, making it worthy of emulation throughout the state and the nation. To achieve this goal, we respectfully request meetings with our election officials to resolve these problems in an amiable manner. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Karen Simpson.
Hello, my name is Karen Simpson, and I am speaking for myself. And I would just like to respectfully ask, after all that has been presented, my friends have been approaching this court for over a year. I haven't been with them that long, but I do agree with them. I would respectfully ask you to please do your own research. You can listen to us. You can hear everything that's being said. Please check it out yourselves before you deem us hasslers. Do your own research because it's out there. We found it. You can find it too. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Kathy Beans.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. I too am speaking only on my own behalf. I want to.
Could you speak into the microphone,
Yes.
please?
I'm speaking on my own behalf this morning on the same topic that we've been talking to you for the last year. You've grouped us all together as one mindset, but we are individuals. We happen to have common ground on the topic of election security and integrity, but we are all each individuals, and you're grouping us together as hasslers and so forth is not contributing to it doesn't foster an atmosphere of cooperation between the citizens and the Commissioners Court, which we would like to. That's what our endeavor is. We have pointed out deceased voters and so forth and other reasons for people not to be on the voter rolls, but what I haven't seen as a result of these points is any kind of curiosity about Why? If the system is supposed to work with the Secretary of State's office, communicating with the county, and the county communicating with the Secretary of State, and the cities communicating, and the communications are failing, why is there no sense of curiosity about what's failing and how to fix it? Because that's the goal, right? Should be to fix the situation and make sure that everything is clear and working properly, and it's not. I think you've been submitted, we gave you a copy of this article that is entitled "Vindication: Whistleblower Confirms Election Systems Do Allow Election Results to be Manually Changed." As Cindy has said, we're not accusing anybody in the county of being a bad actor. What we are trying to say is there are systems that are not working right now. We are not complying with Texas election code as it is currently written, and we are asking that those things be corrected. So this article was published by Joe Hoft. It's posted on NBC. The article was widely shared online, prompting a fact-check article to appear in USA Today, debunking the claim that election officials can manually override election results. They claimed the feature in the B-Pro no-ink contract, which is what we have, the no-ink contract, which is not FOIA accessible, only allowed election officials to manually update unofficial vote counts on election night in case of failure by the automated system. This action has no effect on the certified results. After coming across Joe Hoft's article, a Texas election official with direct knowledge of ES&S and HART election systems reached out under condition of anonymity to confirm that the functional capability to override official election results does indeed exist in the systems the whistleblower is familiar with. The whistleblower relayed personal knowledge of a time in her county when official election results were manually overwritten because of a mistake that was made in setting up the election. In typical fashion, several races in that election flipped between election night and the next morning after the manual overrides were put into the system. The whistleblower was very concerned about the improper processes that compound potential for error when the manual vote adjustment feature is used. They also said that there is no good reason to have that feature in the system. The whistleblower stated that this feature could be used by anyone with or without official access to the system. Quote, anybody can hack into it and it would be undetectable. Anybody that has a password, well, we know what passwords happening to passwords. You know how these counties are. You create a password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I think you all have a copy of this, and thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Karen McQueen, come on.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. We have some special guests in the Commissioners Court this morning. This is the Life Skills Strive class from A&M Consolidated High School. It stands for Structured Teaching to Reach Independence Through Varied Experience. And they're here today to meet the leaders of our community and to observe the leaders in their roles. And I would like to introduce them, and they would love to take a picture with the court. Their teacher, Ms. Shaquita Hartfield, is here with her assistant, Mrs. Doris Robertson. And we have Juliet, Tyranny, Elazor, and Mac. So if you guys would like to come up and take a picture with the court, we're glad to have you today. They are also coming to the courthouse to see Judge Matsky's court and to my office and security, so they're making the rounds today. So if y'all just come right up to the front.
Awesome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, man? Hey.
She doesn't want to take the picture.
Thanks for being here.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for coming, buddy. Good morning. Thank y'all for what y'all do. You bet.
You bet. This is cool.
Y'all just line up right in front.
Put the tall guy in the middle, yeah.
Scoot in.
Thank y'all for being here.
All right, thank y'all for coming in. So that ends the citizen input. We will consider and take action on agenda items 3 through 27. Number 3 is approval of extension of the declaration of disaster.
Move approval.
Second?
Motion made second. Jason, do you want to speak on that just a little? I think you may have talked to some of the fire chiefs.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Jason Ware, the Deputy Emergency Management Coordinator for Brazos County. So I did speak with the fire chiefs last night in reference to not only the declaration but the burn ban itself. And currently, our conditions are still dry. Even after yesterday's rain, we only got about half an inch across most of the county. Our numbers only improved a slight bit. So it is the recommendation that we go ahead and continue this at least for the next 30 days or however long we need to until we get some more beneficial rain. We have very slight chance of rain over the next 7 days. So the conditions will probably start deteriorating again over the next few weeks or so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Any further discussion? I've got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 4 is approval of nonprofit organization application for Brazos County inmate work crew labor to assist the National Guard to set up tents for the annual Radio Mash toy drive.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 5 is approval of resolution amending the Brazos County Property Assessed Clean Energy Act PACE program.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 6 is approval of professional service agreement between the Texas Property Assessed Clean Energy PACE Authority, DBA Texas PACE Authority, and Brazos County Administration with Brazos County's Property Assessed Clean Energy PACE program.
Move approval.
Second?
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 7 is approval of professional service agreement between Lone Star PACE and Brazos County for the administration of Brazos County's Property Assessed Clean Energy Act PACE program.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 8 is request from the public defender for the following personnel changes with effective date November the 23rd, 2024. This change has no effect to the Texas Indigent Defense Commission grants FY 2025 budget.
Move approval A and B.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 9 is approval of interlocal agreement surplus property transfer between Brazos County and the Texas Historical Commission. Boone.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion.
I just think it's great that we have to have an interlocal agreement to deal with dead trees that were taken down, to transfer that property. That's pretty unique.
Well,
Well, it's going to go to good use, too.
Yeah, and I think it's just, a lot of people don't understand the specific under law steps that you have to go to as a local government, particularly a county government, to be able to do something like this. So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention.
And I just wanted you to know you'd be able to visit your trees, if you want to go see them, at Washington on the Brazos. So.
Well, and I'm glad that we're making the contribution to Washington on the Brazos as well.
They'll live on.
Yeah, that's.
All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 10 is approval of interlocal agreement with water transport permit protest between Brazos County, City of College Station, and City of Bryan.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion.
I just want to say that we've always been told all the way along that water's the next oil. We're there. And being able to maintain the ability to have resources available for our community and its future, I think are extremely important, and I'm glad that we're involved in this.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too.
Absolutely.
Water is critical to not only Brazos County, but Robertson County, which the request has been made to transport that to, I think, right now to Williamson County. But that's what this is about, to try to stop shifting water from our local area to somewhere else so that they get a benefit, and then we end up, I don't know, trying to figure out how we're going to cover water uses, not only in Brazos County, but Hearn, Franklin, Calvert. They'll all be impacted by that if this happens. So I'm glad we're a part of that suit too. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 11 is approval of administrative services agreement with Texas Association of Counties for 2025.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 12 is approval of the following change to RFP 18-097, expansion of juvenile detention facility with Collier Construction.
Move approval A and B.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 13 is approval of updated insurance requirements for contract 23-100 event management software for Brazos County Expo with Underbook Systems International LLC.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 14 is approval of renewal of contract 25-079R for emergency notification system with OnSolve LLC to extend the contract for an additional 3 years.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 15 is approval of the following committee, RFQ 25-080, Independent Auditor Services for Guardianship.
Move approval A through G.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 16 is permission to advertise RFP number 25-080, Independent Auditor Services for Guardianship.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 17 is approval of the following committee for RFP CIP 25569 Leonard Road Stabilization Project.
Move approval A through E.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 18 is permission to advertise RFP CIP 25-569 Leonard Road Stabilization Project.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 19 is consider and take action on Bahia Pipeline LLC utility permit to construct road bore of a 30-inch LNG pipeline crossings under Bickham Cemetery Road, Bickham Francis Lock intersection, Lock Road, Zweifel Road, Farrell Creek Road, Dillashaw Tap Road, Opportunity Road, Democrat Road, Oak Lake Road, and Hearn Road. All roadway crossings are a minimum of 10 feet below the bottom of the ditch. Sites located in Precinct 2.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 20 is consider and take action on Frontier Utility Permit to install 23-foot of fiber optic cable within the right-of-way of Corraba Road at South Highway 21 intersection, sites located in Precinct 2.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 21 is consider and take action on Welborn SUD utility permit to construct a road bore at 5137 Britton Road to provide water service. Sites located in precinct 4.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 22 is tax refund application for the following.
Move approval A through E.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 23 is budget amendments. A, FY 23-24 budget amendments 56.01 through 56.02, and B is FY 24-25 budget amendments 8.01 through 8.05.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 24 is personnel change status.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 25 is payment of claims. Approval of payment of claims 8206338 through 8206510 and 9202820 through claim number 9202874.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 28 is, we're going to skip down. We'll skip number 26 and 27 and come back to them. 28 is acknowledgement of the 2024-2025 budget to actuals by fund as of November the 13th, 2024, and an acknowledgement of the 2024-25 budget contingency budget to actuals by fund as of November the 13th, 2024. And 29 is Juneau Director's report on detention population, and there are 41 juveniles in detention, 28 males, 13 females, and 36 youth on electronic monitors. And number 30 is Sheriff's report on inmate population. Sheriff.
Good morning, Judge. Excuse me. Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. 767 this morning, 636 men, 131 women, and 33 on monitors.
Okay. Thank you, Sheriff. Number 31 is announcement of interest items and possible future agenda topics.
Just wanted to express condolences to the family and friends for Judge Richard Meyer of Calhoun County. Judge Meyer is in the V.G. Young Institute leadership course I've been enrolled in the last 2 years. A great guy. He passed away yesterday in his home. And additionally, on the 13th, Commissioner Aldrich and I were able to attend the Texas A&M Agri-Life Extension Volunteer Recognition Luncheon. And the Outstanding Volunteer Awards for 4-H Youth Development for Megan Anderson, Rebecca Dominy, Family and Community Health with Morgan Abbott, Agricultural Natural Resources with B.F. Yates, and Friend of Extension Award went to Brazos Extension Horse Committee. These volunteers put in a lot of time supporting our youth and agriculture, passing on knowledge and culture and generational know-how, wisdom. I just wanted to give them a big shout out for all they do. It's a great program, and really happy to see those volunteers recognized.
No question, appropriate recognition there for all of the honorees, but the horse committee particularly. If you don't know what the horse committee does in our community to facilitate events with resources, they provide the horses. Things like the event that we had during COVID, when equestrian events were not prohibited under the COVID regulations. We were able to have the World Cup, Junior World Cup competition out at the Expo Center, and all of those horses are provided by the horse committee locally as a resource. So recognition to them. And I'd also like to say, on behalf of an old, the former CSISD trustee, one of the things that we focused on as public education in our community is all means all. And I'm really pleased to see the class that's here today representing that theme that still runs strong in CSISD, and thank you for being here, and thank you to CSISD for providing these opportunities and for encouraging these opportunities.
Okay. Any other announcement?
Judge, if I may. Good morning, Court. I'm Ed Bull, Chief of Staff. In reference to the ILA, it made me start thinking about Boonville Cemetery and Heritage Park and what this ILA really represents, which is essentially the 75 trees that have died out there at Boonville and that are having to be taken down, all of them cedars. So, and then also it made me think about Pam Beltran. For those that don't know, Pam was a facility supervisor in charge of landscaping. She was here for many years, but she retired at the end of October without much fanfare. She did a fabulous job, and she took care of Boonville Cemetery and Heritage Park like it was their own backyard. So the trees are a big loss. Pam is a big loss. I know that Ernest has filled her shoes. Hopefully he's got some big shoes to fill.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other announcement? Hearing none, we will move back up and convene an executive session pursuant to A is Government Code 551.0785 for deliberation involving medical or psychiatric records for a county employee. B is Texas Government Code 551.072 to deliberate the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. And C is Texas Government Code 551.074 to discuss the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, and duties of county personnel. And I think we'll take that one first. And of course, we need the commissioners and Cheryl, attorneys, Ed, and is Julie here? There she is, Julie. Was there anybody else need to come in on that? Oh, yes, certainly.
Jennifer.
HR. Yeah. The time is 10:44.
And who do we need for the others? Who do we need for the
Okay, we're coming out of executive session, and I think we do.
Yeah, I'd like to move that we authorize the judge to do an engagement letter with an attorney for the possible purchase, lease, or rental of real property.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Further discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Did-
We have
If
something
next
to
item is-
sign.
Next item is to adjourn. It's 11:37.
Guys, we have something to sign, so don't move.
Oh, man.